My dad was a Naval Academy graduate from class of 42. And with my dad's help, I joined the Navy Reserve. I took two of my good friends with me. My dad swore all three of us in on the same day after our junior year in high school. And I had an obligation for 2 years active duty. I could put it off for a couple years by going to college, get a deferment. And at that point, I was 17 years old and I did not know exactly what I wanted to do. And I knew I had to go in the Navy. Originally wanted to be a dental technician. That school was full, so I became a hospital corpsman. Went to Great Lakes, and then I spent the rest of the 2 years at Portsmouth, Virginia at the Navy Hospital, taking care of Vietnam vets. This was in 64 to 66. By the time I was about scheduled that they were going to send me, my time was too short, so I was never sent. I'm just a Vietnam era veteran, not one that was in country.
You're all heroes, and I'm sure that probably had an impact on you. Tell us about your career. What happened once you left?
I got out in 66 and went down to the University of Georgia to pharmacy school. Graduated and applied and received a Navy scholarship for dental school. After dental school graduation, I went to Millington, Tennessee, big training base, and I spent 4 years there, and then got out and came back to Atlanta, did a little time in private practice, and then was able to obtain a job at the VA hospital here in Atlanta.
Well, so did you retire from the VA?
Yes, retired in 14. I worked my way up from staff dentist to assistant chief to the last 15 years I was chief of service. I spent almost 31 years at the VA working on vets,
So you've been in Atlanta a long time and obviously a great deal of relationships in the community. How did you become involved with Hospice Atlanta Center?
My wife started it really. She was, as a psychologist, she wanted to do something to help one of the bereavement sessions that would meet every couple times a month for somebody that has lost a loved one. And then we'd heard about camp and decided to help out there. And we've been doing that every year for 12 years, 13 years, something like that now.
And you have a unique role at camp.
I've been doing the fishing for many, many years, and it's been a great time for the kids. We have lots of kids that have never fished before.
What's one of the most inspiring or happy stories from one of the camps?
This past camp, one little girl, I guess she's about 10, she'd never been fishing, and I think she caught 5 or 6. She'd put her line in the water and out come a fish, and so we'd rehook it and rebait it. She'd put it in and she'd pull another one out.
So it brings you joy as a volunteer, and it brings joy to these families who go to the camp.
It's a great camp, the family camps. I think it's a great time for the volunteers to give back, and it's a great time, I think, for the families to get together with other families that had similar loss. I think it's a great weekend. It's a great benefit for everybody that goes.